Mark Moss, shout out to Mark. He ran through some great stuff in this video, but in particular, not just hammering the fact that altcoins are dead. There's a chart about Ethereum's all-time high versus Bitcoin, and it's just years ago and keeps getting worse and worse and worse. But also, it's about what's the smart money doing now. Let me just give you a little clip of it.
We're throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars in, and these coins were taking off, very small market caps. But in phase two, we go from what's called the retail eruption phase to what's called the frenzy phase. Now, the frenzy phase is represented by institutional and sovereign demand. So instead of individuals throwing in thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, we now have institutions that are coming in with billions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars. And so the market completely changes. Now, we can see this pretty simply if we look at some other charts of data. So for example, what is more profitable, crypto or Bitcoin? So in 2025, buying Bitcoin is more likely profitable. However, from 2017 to 2019, investing in crypto was more profitable. It was. The answers change. So it was more profitable than investing in Bitcoin on average. Okay? But today, this is no longer the case. According to data gathered by eToro, talk to them, approximately 90% of crypto traders lose money. That's because crypto traders are playing in phase one strategy while we're currently in phase two. I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to show you what the strategy is moving forward. Now, we can see this again on another chart here, which kind of illustrates it. So what we have here in the gold line is Bitcoin, and the black line is cryptocurrency. And you can see how Bitcoin has completely distanced itself. And the reason why, again, is because cryptocurrency has thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars going into it. And over here, we have hundreds of billions going into it. And so it's just a completely different market.
So Mark always packs his videos with great insights. It's data driven. And what I took out of this is like the institutions are waking up in a way that might not be automatically that obvious. And he makes the case at the start. He's part of the Bitcoin Opportunity Fund. I know he's also obviously creating content in the space. He's an investor in a number of different businesses, advisors to startups. Absolutely seeing a huge amount of actual business activity. This is not someone that's sitting on YouTube and watching videos. He's actually seeing stuff come through his email, come through his phone calls, come through the face-to-face meetings he has, and he can see the market shifting and making a very, very clear case for anyone sitting around with assets in altcoins. Bitcoin is absolutely turbocharging away from them, and that's not going to change because the size of capital that's about to inflow into Bitcoin through the Bitcoin treasury companies, through the issuance of bonds, through just nation states finally catching up to this thing, it's going to completely melt faces. And it's a fascinating video because, okay, well, as a retail investor, I'm trying to get information from different places that helps me make decisions. And it's now very clear to me that A, you back the right horse, Bitcoin, which is great. B, don't buy any altcoins. But C, it's then like, what next? So, okay, we're going to see a period of a very inflationary period. How do you navigate that time? What assets do you use? Going back to Dr. Jeff, he's very, very bullish on Bitcoin, but also very bullish on gold and equally emerging market equities and European equities. Okay, well, so maybe there are some companies that you could be allocating into, but altcoins, like, absolutely forget it. I will not be going near those things in a million years. Putting aside the kind of ethical stance I have on the fact that people are basically, well, I won't go into the altcoin scam topic right now, but the point here is, okay, there's big money coming into Bitcoin. What do you do about it? Now, this is where I have been thinking about, like, okay, if October is going to be a time where you might take some profits, and you have to answer them the question, what do I do with them? If you're not owning Bitcoin, what do you want to buy? Now, I think Dr. Jeff's shout for some gold is a great shout, but how else might you position yourself? Like, if Bitcoin does draw down from 150, 180,000 US dollars, maybe even higher, well, it could easily get back to roughly where we are today, the 100K range, if not high 80s, 90s. I don't know, but I want to position myself for an instance where that might happen, but continue to drive my purchasing power up. Now, this is very much the realm of what professional investors do on behalf of their clients to retain purchasing power over time. The key, of course, is to be using metrics that actually tell you the truth. And hence that chart pricing the S&P in gold is so insightful because it's like, oh my God, No one who's owned S&P stocks across the last 100 years have actually made any money. What? Right? Everyone thinks they're getting rich, but they're not.